guys, how you doing? This is Ginger Chat Show. Sorry, I had to get up early this morning to be over at the hospital lab to get blood drawn for my cholesterol screening. You know how that goes. Anyway, I got my little camera to work, and apparently there was a whole bunch of glitches going on, and this is fixed now, and it's working perfectly. Hope it stays that way. Anyway, feel free to jump in and chat, and today we're going to talk about, um, sorry, I didn't mean to shout. I'm trying to train myself, okay, because with my old hearing aids, I basically got shot to hear things. Sorry, I didn't mean to shout. I didn't mean to talk loud. Forgive me. Anyway, um, over the weekend on the Saturday night was the annual White House Correspondents dinner. Um, and a incident happened where this guy, he barely made it through the first. Uh, they had several layers of security in the building that's been set up, and it's always been screened this way anytime the president or vice president or, officials are there, that there's security screening. This Washington Hilton Hotel is the same place where President Reagan was shot. Um, of course, he survived that. Of course, now he's gone. We all know that he's gone. When he left office, he was dying. President Reagan was dying of Alzheimer's. But anyway, the part that really kind of got me, I don't feel saw the whole thing or saw the videos on this. Um, it didn't feel right. It felt kind of wrong. And of course, when the shooting happened, of course, everybody instinctively got down and got under the tables, which is a good move, okay? But what many questioned was, why was Vance pulled out first? Um, Now, I am not saying I don't condone this, okay? I don't condone violence, political violence, but it's how events occurred and the information's there. You got some press there, but almost 1/4 or 3/4 of the audience there was government officials there. I don't know how many of Congress or anything, but mostly the cabinet was there. Um, Hi, Nancy. Keep your eye to the sky. There's tornadoes running around. Um, so Trump acted like he didn't know what was happening, and he was told, "Come on, we gotta move," and everything. Well, you saw him stumbling and falling. I don't know if he fell on purpose or he just stumbled and tripped and fell down, and they got him up. Um, and of course, the one gal that was uh, commando crawling out of the backstage. Um, when you hear shots fired at an event, you do immediately take cover, because you don't know where exactly where it's coming from, but you know it's there. Um, in some ways it's scary, yes. And the guy was armed. He had guns. He had knives. He had um, all kinds of weapons. But he did not say in his manifesto specifically who he was targeting. Okay. Um, but you pretty much guess he's going toward Trump. Well, this is supposed to be the second time he was assassination attempt. Um, so Trump put out all these lies that, well, we need a more secure ballroom and everything else. Well, you're forgetting one little detail, Trump. Your ballroom is it's not going to get built. It's been denied. Okay? It's not going to happen. Best thing you could do is rebuild the East Room. The east end of the East Wing. Rebuild that. And make it more secure. Okay? You don't need a high, tall ballroom building. If you want a ballroom, just plan the East Wing where you can have like dancing space. Okay? Now, when they had tents, they had plenty of room. And tents were cheaper and easy to go. And of course, you have security and everything right on the grounds there. So I don't know what Trump's problem is. I really don't. Hi Nancy. Hi Dorothy. I said hi Nancy. Hi Dorothy. As you can see, I got my camera working. So, I don't know how this struck you when you saw that. I don't know what your comments are regarding the incident on Saturday. But just, again, as I stated before, it felt off to me. It didn't feel right. The guy was not anywhere near the president because the ballroom's upstairs. You have to go through the security, then you go up the stairs. Or take elevator and go up the stairs. There's the elevator and stairway. Many of the guests had choices whether to take the elevator or take the stairs. So it depends on the person. But the ballroom's up on the second floor. So the guy was nowhere near, this Cole was nowhere near the ballroom. Okay. Some say it was just outside the ballroom. Well, they could hear the shots echoing because there's, if I remember seeing pictures of it right, there's an entry lobby on the street, street level lobby, and then there's a stairway. Well, up there is the ballroom, okay? And things do echo. Noise does echo. But a lot of people got down to cover, including Patel. And you think with the FBI director, of course, he's never had any FBI training. So I think he was a little bit of a chicken. And I never liked him. One I really liked better was FBI Director Comey. Hey, Linda. Nice seeing you. So we need to push on getting decency and truth out there. Okay. We need to get I'm sorry. Fighting allergies. It's spring. Anyway, we need to push back. We really do. We need to stop all this lying and all this spin. In other words, mostly Fox was trying to spin this. The White House was doing most of the spinning on the story. Well, there's an old adage. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. It tells a story right there. So they cannot state a lot of things. And the other thing that really kind of bothered me, and I heard on this commentary. Oh, good, Linda. I'm glad to hear that. Did any of you hear Carol Levitt say that shots will be fired? prior to this, because it felt kind of, I wonder if she was not giving away the game. And so I kind of wonder if they didn't loosely arrange this, okay? In other words, it was Trump's way of trying to push on the ballroom. Well, it's already been decided the ballroom's not going to get built. So, if they want a different reality, if they want a different utopia, if you will, then they need to move to Epstein Island and stay there. I'm tired of the legacy media going against their reputations of saying things that are not true and following Trump's lead. You were supposed to go to the people and the Constitution first. You don't express loyalty to the president. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was staged. It felt like it was staged, okay? Because normally when you have a incident that quickly happens or something serious comes up, you have genuine shock and scared, okay? And they should have got, instead of everybody high under the table, they should have got everybody out right there on the stage. Everybody. So it felt staged to me. And why was this guy there prior to it happening say, well, you know, you need to act surprised, you need to act this and act that. Like he knows something's happening. There have been a number of memes about that already. And, yeah. And they also took was it this morning? No, Sunday morning. They took a picture of Trump supposedly going to the Oval Office. He could barely walk a straight line. He was slumped over. He was slouched. He was, not good at all. Because remember, all the previous presidents that we have, they stood up straight, they stood up tall, and everybody worked everything behind the scenes. The only time they ever made an announcement is that the president say, okay, say this in the press release, okay? And then when there's going to be a press conference, we'll answer those questions. You know how everything got. Remember when President Obama was in office? How calm things were. He worked President Obama worked 12, 15-hour days. He was constantly working. And the only time he had off was, he worked like Monday through Saturday. And the only time he off was Sunday. He worked some things on Sunday too. But he didn't go off to golf all the time. He didn't do that. President Obama took a trip twice a year to Hawaii, back to his home state. Okay? So, and now the GOP and MAGA are saying, they're complaining, oh, well, it's all Democrat fault. It's all Biden's fault. Excuse me, you're the guys that are ones that are in power. It's your fault. You don't blame somebody else, okay? When you blame somebody else, that shows guilt. Yeah, he is losing his mind. He is. And they need to remove him from office. I don't see how blind they are, okay? And they need to remove him now. If Congress doesn't do it, Vance won't do it. He's too chicken. I don't think Vance is thinking straight either. Vance is not very smart. But we need to push on this. We need to push on Congress to say, you impeach Trump now, remove him now. And then somebody came up with a idea that, hey, give the power directly to the people. And if they want, in other words, popular vote, popular equals meaning people, popular vote of forcing the removal of Trump now. In other words, they vote him out directly. Not as a regular voting thing, just directly vote him out. We voted, the majority, those that voted him in, which I'm pretty sure was cheated, voted in, we could vote him out. It should not be this extra, college thing. Yeah, on the dementia, yeah. On the average, those that have dementia, depends on when it starts. They say anywhere from 3 to 5 years. My mom came down with it, I would say late 1998, and she developed it in 1998, and then it went to